It was a magic day on the banks of Sydney Harbour during the week with the unveiling of the 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Paralympics uniform at the Governor-General's residence, Admiralty House. Australia's set to send our strongest ever team to the Winter Paras, and a man who's hoping to be there is a sports Hall of Famer and an absolute legend in Paralympic sport, winters and summers. Michael Milton, thanks for joining us on Whitewater Sports.
Good morning, guys.
Great to see you. Now, first, I just want to underline for everyone your history in Paralympics, summer and winter. Your first Paralympics was the winters in Innsbruck in '88. This week, 25 years since, obviously, 2000 Summer Paralympics here in Sydney, and you passed the torch to Louise Savage so she could light the cauldron. Does that seem like a lifetime ago?
You know, it's a little bit like yesterday. It's the only time I've ever performed in front of a home crowd as a skier.
Right.
Not that it was just a walk, but, 110,000 people, and the power and the energy that was coming from the stadium full of people was, it's definitely a day I'll remember forever.
Amazing.
And now you're going to try qualify for your 7th Paralympics across winters and summers. Coming at the age of 52, you've got some other insane goals, like skating 100 kilometres. I'm sorry, but I just have one really important question. Why?
Yes.
Why?
It was interesting listening to your conversation about Arnie retiring, because I'm at kind of the opposite end.
Yeah.
She seems very young to me and finishing, and I'm kind of on the opposite end. So, the passion is still there. I love to ski, and in some ways this is an opportunity to ski more. Skiing's an interesting one in that it's a gravity-based sport, so gravity works on old bodies, maybe even more than younger bodies. And there's also the element, as a 3-time cancer survivor, I went through my latest cancer just under 2 years ago, to be a professional athlete again, to train, to feel healthy and fit, is something that is also a huge motivator for me.
Michael, you're an absolute legend. It's so lovely to meet you. You had a break of your hip in Europe. How is the body at the moment?
The body's pretty good. So I was on my way in Europe last winter in March to do a crossing from Mont Blanc to the Matterhorn, across Switzerland, backcountry ski trip. And unfortunately had a fall in preparing for that and fractured my femur. But it feels good, and lots of the body feels pretty good. The back, the knee, the important things, and the head, the most important thing, feel pretty young and feel pretty good.
What were the things that really hurt when you first started going up a notch? What were the things that really hurt?
Oh, I did.
Everything?
No, not even that. Sure, there's a bit of soreness from gym program at the moment and stuff like that. But in terms of skiing, I ski 40-hour days every winter. I had work in Thredbo. No, nothing really. There was a bit of bruising from gates, and for some reason the gates hit me in different places than they did 20 years ago. And so I had to move some padding around and some things, because they weigh about 1 kilo and you're hitting them at 30, 40k an hour.
So just a few little flesh wounds.
Yeah, no, there was a bit of bruising and stuff, but there's nothing major in terms of pain or discomfort or anything like that.
So this just self-motivation, it sounds like what drives you. You said you've survived cancer 3 times, you've walked the Kokoda Trail twice, scaled Kilimanjaro, I believe. Why? On the back of Brodie's question, what drives you? Where's the determination come from?
I think when we go back to those cancer journeys, as a 3-time cancer survivor, 3 separate ones, 3 different places and different types. The 4th one is probably when, not if. Right. And I want to squeeze the marrow out of life. I want to do as much as I can. I want to follow my passions and have fun and do interesting things in different places. So the motivation is pretty intrinsic, and there's certainly no money in it. There's no sponsors on me yet, if there's anybody out there. The feeling of wanting to ski, wanting to perform, wanting to challenge, test myself. There are different limitations with age than there used to be, but the desire is still there to challenge and to test myself.
There are some spaces for some logos there, so who knows?
Absolutely.
Who knows? Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to perhaps, maybe, almost definitely seeing you back in the green and gold.
I think, from my perspective, from a technical skiing perspective, I'm pretty confident that I can ski at that level, and my results from national champs say that. So, fingers crossed, not legs.
Good on you.
Legs are too hard.
Michael, thank you very much.